Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Pert.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things I'm talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Poet. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and space to UFOs. He'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. He'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause it's time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have
time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We
It's
have
time
arrived.
to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand
First
the
Contact
truth.
Radio. We
It's
have
time.
arrived. First Contact. Good morning, Earthlings. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Glad you could be here. Here we are today. It's the 6th of May. 6th of May. You can see what we're dealing with today. We have a moon sign in Leo, a sun sign in Taurus. So Taurus and Leo are the two we're dealing with. Taurus is an earth sign. Leo is a fire sign. Fire is ideas. Earth is practicality or form, the form of things. We use fire, water, air, ideas, emotions, and actions or words to create form. Form is the product of all of those things. The Hierophant is the card that represents Taurus. It reminds us that we need to hook together the spiritual with the physical. Bring the spirit down into the physical world. That's the important part about that. And we could see here that we have a triangle, a trine later this evening between Uranus, which is unexpected changes and events. So a trine between Leo and Uranus later this evening, just shy of 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So what we've got there, something unexpected when in the realm of Leo. Leo, the lion. Leo, the way we use our energy, our righteousness. Leo could also be pridefulness or confidence. So there could be something unexpected in those realms there. Something positive. A trine shows there's a positive energy. So maybe some sort of surprise or something we've been waiting for that finally came into fruition. We shall see, but we shall all be affected some way or another. And then later tonight, between our sun sign, Taurus, and the moon sign, we have a square. So between Taurus and Leo, between Earth and fire, we have a square going on later. Lesson to be learned tonight between our ideas and the things that we create. Maybe double checking, maybe second guessing, maybe something of that nature. Okay, things we've created and the ideas, the fire behind it, maybe the attitude towards it. We'll find out, but later on tonight. Our numerology for today is a 9. Here's how we've reached that 9. 5 plus 6 plus 2014. That would be an 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is our number for today. Theosophic subtraction is the process we are going for. So you could see that 9, helpful, compassionate, aristocratic, sophisticated, charitable, generous, all kind of good qualities there with the 9, right? But then the other end of the spectrum can be egocentric, arrogant, self-pitying, sentimental, discontent, fickle, cold, or mentally unstable. We could see down here what our signs are today. Hermit right here. This is number 9, the last of the single numbers. So things are about to change after the Hermit. We go from the 9 to the 10, so now things double up. We go to the next level. We see the Hermit holding the lantern high. The lantern has the light in it. The light has been gained because the Hermit went into solitude, went inside to be able to find this light. And this Hermit, who we all are the hermits when we go into solitude, goes into hermit to find this light of truth, and now is standing to allow this light of truth to shine for others to see. That is what the hermit is doing. Okay, the gray color shows that the hermit stepped away from the opposites, the black and the white. Gray is a balance between the two. And so this is someone who has really gone off and found a great amount of balance and harmony, and is now sharing, teaching others about what is available out there in life, the light, helpfulness, and stuff. So that's all implied with the idea of what the hermit is all about. Okay, so number 9 for today. So let's see where we're at. The hermit, number 9, is the path going from mercy to beauty. Okay, mercy to beauty. Mercy is Jupiter. Things are expanded quite a bit under the sign of Jupiter. And so the mercy fits in with the idea of humility. We need to learn to be humble, especially as we see so much expansiveness around us. It humbles us at times. So the hermit says that we learn from this expansiveness. We learn from our humility. And we take that humility and that learning and understanding, and we walk back to the path of the heart, to the beauty. We see that we have the Hierophant over here, which is between wisdom and mercy. This is our sun sign and our moon sign for today, which is in Leo. Leo is right over here, strength. So all of our paths, one way or another, connect here in mercy. Okay? Hierophant in mercy, we get the Virgo in mercy. So this is very important. Things expanding in this field, mercy, humility. In the face of expansion, we become humble about all that is around us and the greatness that exists around us. But of course, we have to learn to balance that out, which is why all of the things in this side are finding their balance by going back to the center, back to the heart. So we're going to balance out that mercy with severity. We're going to learn how to balance everything out by going to the heart, okay? So that is our symbol, the tree of life. The moon phase is in a first quarter phase, 46% of the way full, making its way upward to the full moon. This has been the sky. We've been looking at it. Now we've changed. Today this is the first quarter moon at 11:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The moon shines above the dim head of Hydra. Well to the moon's upper left is Regulus, forming the bottom of the sickle of Leo. Okay? We don't see that right here. It's out of the image, but that's what we're looking at tonight. Okay, so we've got the moon in Cancer. And then we look below it, we're going to see the head of Hydra. Alright. Go over to our Mayan Oracle. It's a 6-tone day. On 6 tones days, the kin and the guide are the same. Today it's the star. Star shines bright. The beauty within ourselves, within us, or within people, things. Phrase for today is I organize in order to beautify, balancing art. I seal the store of elegance with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by my power doubled. The monkey is the like-minded energy today. Our self-reflection of the mirror is our challenge. And the hidden power is Skywalker exploration. Space weather, our solar wind is currently at 381.9 kilometers per second. Planetary K-index is quiet at the moment, between a 1 and a 2. We have one big coronal hole down here, but it's not facing Earth. We'll see how it moves along. More than likely, it's just going to move across the bottom half here. We won't feel any effect from that, but we shall see how that unfolds. M-class flare possibilities at 45, dropping down to 40 in the next 24 to 48 hours. X-class is dropping as well from 15 to 10, and geomagnetic storm activity is definitely taking place in the high latitudes. It's jumping up to 40% within the next 24 hours, 24 to 48, and 30% in the mid-latitudes during that same time period. And over at the Jewish calendar, today is the 6th, so we have 6th Lyre is the name of today. Okay. That gets us started with what's going on. I'm going to jump away now to UFO news because that is up next. Here we go.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
Thank you very much. Today's UFO news starts off in Las Vegas, Nevada, that is. Interesting video footage of a bright glowing UFO recorded in the night sky above Las Vegas. This goes back to the 16th. Sitting in my backyard about 8:20 p.m., which faces the Las Vegas Strip and downtown Vegas, having a cigarette when this happened. Both the Strip and downtown are about 12 to 13 miles away, and I live just at the base of the Red Rocks and Red Canyon, which is about 12 to 1300 feet higher in elevation than the Strip and downtown. We're one of the highest elevations for a subdivision all of Las Vegas, so we have a great views of the city and the entire valley. The lot and the views are what sold me on making this my home. And there is the site right there. And you can see how high up they are above the city, so that's kind of nice. Okay. Very nice shot there of the sighting in Vegas. Moving on from there, we're going to go to Pennsylvania. This was on the 20th. Object in question. Not sure what that is, just a blur on the screen it looks like. These pictures were given to me by a friend. They were taken on Easter 420. When he first took the pictures, he didn't notice the anomaly, but when he was looking up at them after the fact, he didn't notice the object in the upper right-hand corner. Not sure what it is, but very interesting. These two were blown up to get a better look at it. Okay? You definitely see that. Not sure what that is, if it's a smudge or what. The link's available so you can check it out. Next, Boise, Idaho, May 1st. Daytime skies above Boise. The witness said it was driving towards west on Chinden Boulevard. It was around 8:15 a.m. to my north. West was this massive bell-shaped object just hovering in the sky. It just stayed there. In scale, it appeared to be larger than a hot air balloon. I tried asking others about the sighting. They just guessed it may have been a hot air balloon. I did not have my pro camera, so I used my phone to click a few pictures. It was in the sky for 5 minutes, and I saw it, and then it descended behind the tree line. Okay. Good shot right there, indeed. That's what we got going on. It's interesting how people are so conditioned just to instantly dismiss. It's just, oh, it's a balloon. It's something else. Anyway, people are very easy to manipulate, aren't they? Okay, the force is strong on the weak-minded. UFO over Bronx, New York, during rush hour, May 3rd. Here's their little bitty object blown up to this large size right there. It kind of looks like a question mark, huh? Get an idea of where it was, the traffic that was taking place. Brooker Boulevard, New York. That's all we have is just a picture. No story, no explanation, just the picture. Okay. Moving on from New York. This is Mecklenburg Nuclear Power Plant, Virginia. There's been a series of UFO sightings at the McGuire Nuclear Plant Station in Mecklenburg County. Todd Slingerland of Cornelius has been capturing the video of the object. He says has been hovering around the plant almost every night since mid-April. Space Cowboy Riley Martin phoned in with some explanations about the phenomena. He claims to have been abducted by aliens 4 times. To my knowledge, there is something like 49 different species of aliens that have been here, says Riley. Okay? That's all we have here. And you can see this is the object in question, the image. We don't have anything else there for it, okay? Alright, let's move along from there. Here we have 2 different events were recently filmed from the International Space Station. The first shows allegedly shows a pentagram UFO. The second will show multiple UFOs or orbs. Okay, the first video, 4 minutes, 4 seconds, but we've got this object right out here. Okay, so very interesting what's being seen out here. Okay, there it is, shining brightly. So what do you think that is? And this is actual footage being captured from the ISS. Okay. So watch this video. It's 4 minutes in length. And the ear narration describing what it is and when it was seen. And then we have a second video up here. And this is multiple UFOs filmed. This is just shy of 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. And these are all the multiple ones that were up there. You can see a few of them up there. A few more as it goes along. It looks like a whole party. Or a bigger one, whichever, which one, I'm not quite certain. Alright, so check the link so you can see what you think about this. Definitely more going on at the ISS than we are being told about in the mainstream networks. Okay, Travis Walton. Many of you have heard the story of Travis Walton. Well, here's a piece all about him. We have a video down here that is an hour in length of Travis explaining his situation. This is one of my favorite all-time abductions by aliens ever. Sure, there's some great ones, but not many live with live eyewitnesses, and so many people awake during the encounter. Loss of memory of the encounter, lack of eyewitnesses really turn me off on such things, but not here. Travis is one of the most credible eyewitnesses I've ever read about. It's easy to dismiss people and say that they lie and everything is a hoax, but these words are created from the person's subconscious fears that such an event could happen to them. The facts are fighting, to say the least. So people take the easy way out, laugh, and ridicule such true life events. This event happened. He was subject to rigorous and torturous experimentation that no human being should ever undergo. Travis is a brave person to step up and tell the world the truth about what he went through. Have you ever been called a liar for something that was true, no matter how hard you tried to explain to the person they didn't believe you? Well, that's what I mean. People often try to impose their perceptual view of themselves onto the world, onto the others, and thus they are subject to the same as themselves. But each of us are unique. Each of us has a unique view of the world. Travis is a hero for telling the world his abduction and should be treated as such. So check out this video about Travis Walton. If you've never heard him speak, he's very, very insightful. I've met Travis and spoken with him a number of times at the various UFO conferences. Very intelligent man, very kind man, and when you listen to him speak, you understand, and get a sense about who he is and the truth that he is presenting. This man is not trying to deceive anybody. He's simply sharing a story. And as I said, he's extremely humble and very, very credible in what he has to say. So listen to what he says. He talks about the difference between what Hollywood did to Hollywoodize the movie versus what really happened. And there is a difference, but it's a great watch. And if you don't know the Travis Walton story, check it out. I'm sure you've heard of the movie Fire in the Sky, and it follows along those lines, but his is the real version as opposed to the Hollywood version. And last but not least, we have here a piece here, top secret document from Einstein and Oppenheimer on UFOs and aliens. In June 1947, Albert Einstein and Robert Oppenheimer together wrote a secret 6-page document entitled Relationships with Inhabitants of Celestial Bodies. It says the presence of unidentified spacecraft is accepted as de facto by the military. It also deals with the subjects that you would expect competent scientists to deal with. For example, where do they come from? What does the law say about it? And what should we do in the event of colonization and or integration of peoples? And why are they here? Finally, the document addresses the presence of celestial astral planes in our atmosphere as a result of actions of military experiments in fission and fusion devices of warfare. When each page is shown, just press your pause button to read the page at your leisure. Okay, and here is this piece. It's 2 minutes and 27 seconds in length. And as you go here, what you got here is information about what they found. And of course you can get here, as you said, pause the pages and read it. One example, if these intelligent beings were in possession of more or less culture or more or less perfect political organization, they would have an absolute right to be recognized as independent and sovereign peoples. We would have to come to an agreement with them to establish their legal regulations upon which future relationships should be based, and it would be necessary to accept many of their principles. All right, and just go through and read through the whole piece yourself. And that is it. That's our UFO news for today. Let me jump away. I'll be back. Got a few stories, and today we're going to continue on with the book of Urantia. I'll be right back.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace.
Continue on. This is an article that has 30 different points or things to start doing for yourself, and thought it would be an interesting thing to look at. 30 things to start doing for yourself. Mark and Angel are authors of 1,000 Little Things Successful People Do Differently. Here's their amazing list of 30 things to start doing for yourself. If you enjoy this, be sure to visit their website for more inspirational advice and tips for life. 1. Start spending time with the right people. I'm just going to read over the 30 points. You can read all the details. 2. Start facing your problems head on. 3. Start being honest with yourself about everything. 4. Start making your own happiness a priority. 5. Start being yourself genuinely and proudly. 6. Start noticing and living in the present. 7. Start valuing the lessons your mistakes teach you. 8. Start being more polite to yourself. 9. Start enjoying the things you already have. 10. Start creating your own happiness. 11. Start giving your ideas and dreams a chance. 12. Start believing that you're ready for the next step. 13. Start entering new relationships for the right reasons. 14. Start giving new people you meet a chance. 15. Start competing against an earlier version of yourself. 16. Start cheering for other people's victories. 17. Start looking for the silver lining in tough situations. 18. Start forgiving yourselves and others. 19. Start helping those around you. 20. Start listening to your own inner voice. 21. Start being attentive to your stress level and take short breaths. 22. Start noticing the beauty of small moments. 23. Start accepting things when they are less than perfect. 24. Start working towards your goals every single day. 25. Start being more open about how you feel. 26. Start taking full accountability of your life. 27. Start actively nurturing your most important relationships. 28. Start concentrating on the things you can control. 29. Start focusing on the possibility of positive outcomes. And 30. Start noticing how wealthy you are right now. Says this is a wonderful list. If we take little steps every day and practice these things, we can make great improvements in our lives. Share this post with your friends and your loved ones. So that's a pretty cool list. 30 things that can be done. And 30 things that, if we focus on them, it helps us to take our mind off of all the little concerns of life. If you notice, on that list weren't anything related to the concerns of life. There was nothing about politics. There was nothing about money and banks and all these other things. It all has to do with going inside. And when we go inside and when we make ourselves better, all this other stuff on the outside really doesn't matter, because we find that some of the things that are designed for the outside, once we go inside, those outside things don't really have any sort of meaning anymore. The value changes, as would be expected, because the real value to things are on the inside. Alright, I brought up this video here I want to show you. It's just a short little video, but I thought it was pretty cool. What you got here is it's a little baby bear and a mama bear, and they are rock climbing, as you can see here. And we all face challenges in life, or we're climbing through the rocks of life, climbing along, getting from place to place. And sometimes we are like this little baby bear and the mama bear, just having to find our way. But we could see here the mama bear made it, the little baby still climbing up there. But perseverance. Let me just keep going and zip ahead here. You see the little bear perseveres. By finally doing that. Look at this. This is how it is for all of us in life. You just keep persevering through the challenges. Keep finding the way. There it is. There's just something a little fun, a little inspirational there, watching the bear climb. Alright. So today is going to be Urantia book day. Tuesdays are going to be Urantia book day for a while. Might expand it to other days as well, because it's a big, thick book. Alright. So let us continue on. Last week we began learning about the Urantia. So let's this is the link I want to click on here, the read. Okay, we're going to take a back step from where we were last week. I want to go and just go over some of this here. What we have here is this section of the book. It says parts of the book, and this is just to show how this book is divided. Okay, now this book is divided into 4 different sections: part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Part 1 talks about the central and the super universes. It's sponsored by Uversa Core of super universe personalities acting by authority of the Vantan Ancients of Days. And then part 2, it deals with the local universe, sponsored by Nebaton Corps of local universe personalities acting by authority of Gabriel of Salvington. Part 3 is the history of Urantia. These papers were sponsored by a core of local universe personalities acting by authority of Gabriel of Salvington. And part 4 is the life and teachings of Jesus, The group of papers was sponsored by a commission of 20 Urantia midwayers acting under the supervision of a Melchizedek revelatory director. The basis of this narrative was supplied by a secondary midwayer who was one time assigned to the superhuman waycare of Apostle Andrew. All right, so let's back up here. Look at the titles of the paper here. It breaks it down a little bit more under the central and super universes. These are all the particular chapters of each one. Okay, so there's a lot of information here. Lots and lots of information. Alright, and then back up here, and here we go. This is the contents of the book. Even breaks it down a little bit further. Okay, and this is just the contents without it broken down into, well, it is broken down into the different groups. This is all part 1. We'll go down here. We're going to see part 2. Okay, and so on. Alright, so we've made our way through. We're starting to make, and last week I didn't go over the foreword. So let me read through the foreword of the book today. How about that? In the minds of the mortals of Urantia, that being the name of your world, there exists a great confusion respecting the meaning of such terms as God, divinity, and deity. Human beings are still more confused and uncertain about the relationships of the divine personalities designed by these numerous appellations. Because of this conceptual poverty associated with so much ideational confusion, I have been directed to formulate this introductory statement in explanation of the meanings which should be attached to certain word symbols, as they may be hereinafter used in these parts, in which the Orvanton corps of truth feelers have been authorized to translate into the English language of Urantia. It is exceedingly difficult to present in large concepts and advanced truths in our endeavor to expand cosmic consciousness and enhance spiritual perception when we are restricted to the use of the circumscribed language of the realm. But our mandate admonishes us to make every effort to convey our meanings by using the word symbols of the English tongue. We have been instructed to introduce new terms only when the concept to be portrayed finds no terminology in English which can be employed to convey such new concept partially or even with more or less distortion of meaning. In the hope of facilitating comprehension and of preventing confusion on the part of every mortal who may peruse these papers, we deem it wise to present in this initial statement an outline of the meaning to be attached to the numerous English words which are to be employed in the designation of deity and certain associated concepts of the things, meanings, and values of universal reality. But in order to formulate this foreword of definitions and limitations of terminology, it is necessary to anticipate the usage of these terms in the subsequent presentations. This foreword is not therefore a finished statement within itself. It is only a definitive guide designed to assist those who shall read the accompanying papers dealing with deity and with the universe of universes, which have been formulated by an Orvantron commission sent to Urantia for this purpose. Your world, Urantia, is one of many similar inhabited planets which comprise the local universe of Nebadon. This universe, together with similar creations, makes up the super-universe of Orvanton, from whose capital, Urversa, our commission hails. Orvanton is one of the 7 evolutionary super-universes of time and space which circle the never-beginning, never-ending creation of divine perfection, the central universe of Havana. At the heart of this eternal and central universe is the stationary Isle of Paradise, the geographic center of infinity and the dwelling place of the eternal God. The 7 evolving super-universes, in association with the central and the divine universe, would commonly refer to as the grand universe. These are now organized and inhabited creations. They are all part of the master universe, which also embraces the uninhabited but mobilizing universes of outer space. The universe and the universes or the universe of universes, presents phenomena of deity, activities on diverse levels of cosmic realities, mind meanings, and spirit values, but all of these ministrations, personal or otherwise, are divinely coordinated. Deity is personalizable as God, is pre-personal and super-personal in ways not altogether comprehensible by man. Deity is characterized by the quality of unity, actual or potential, on all supermaterial levels of reality, and this unifying quality is the best comprehended by creatures as divinity. Deity functions on personal, pre-personal, and superpersonal levels. Total deity is functional on the following 7 levels: static, which is self-contained and self-existent deity; potential, which is self-willed and self-purpose of deity; associative, which is self-personalized and divinity fraternal deity; creative, self-distributive, and divinely revealed deity; evolutional, which is self-expansive and creative identified deity; supreme, which is self-experiential and creative deity; creator, creature unifying deity; deity functioning on the first creature identificational level as time-space over controllers of the grand universe, sometimes designated as the supremacy of deity; and 7, ultimate. This is self-projected and time-space transcending deity; deity omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent; deity functioning on the 2nd level of unifying divinity expression as effective over controllers and abstinent upholders of the master universe. As compared with the ministry of the deities of the grand universe, this abstinent function in the master universe is tantamount to universal over-control and super-subsistence, sometimes called the ultimacy of deity. The finite levels of reality is characterized by creature life and time-space limitations. Finite realities may not have endings, but they always have beginnings. They are created. The deity level of supremacy may be conceived as a function in relation to finite existences. The abstinent level of reality is characterized by things and beings without beginnings or endings, and by the transcendence of time and space. Abstinators are not created, they are eventuated. They simply are. The deity level of ultimacy connotates a function in relation to abstinent realities, no matter in what part of the master universe. Whenever time and space are transcended, such an absolute phenomenon is an act of the ultimacy of deity. The absolute level is beginningless, endless, timeless, and spaceless. For example, on paradise, time and space are non-existent. The time-space status of paradise is absolute. This level is trinity attained, extensuality by the paradise deities. But this 3rd level of unifying deity expression is not fully unified experientially. Whenever, whatever, and however the absolute level of deity functions, paradise absolute values and meanings are manifest. Deity may be existential, as in the eternal sun; experiential, as in the Supreme Being; associative, as in God the Sevenfold; and undivided, as in the Paradise Trinity. Deity is the source of all that which is divine. Divine, or deity, is characteristically and inevitably divine, but all that which is divine is not necessarily deity, though it will be coordinated with deity and will tend towards some phase of unity with deity, spiritual, mindal, or personal. Divinity is the characteristic, unifying, and coordinating quality of deity. Divinity is the creature comprehensible as truth, beauty, and goodness, correlated in personality as love, mercy, and ministry, disclosed on impersonal levels as justice, power, and sovereignty. Divinity may be perfect, complete, as on existential and creator levels of paradise perfection. It may be imperfect, as on experimental and creature levels of time-space evolution, or it may be relative, neither perfect nor imperfect, as on certain Havona levels of existential experiential relationships. When we attempt to conceive of perfection in all phases and forms of relativity, we encounter 7 conceivable types. These 7 are absolute perfection of all aspects, absolute perfection in some phases, and relative perfection in all other aspects; absolute, relative, and imperfect aspects and varied association, absolute perfection in some respects, imperfection in all others, absolute perfection in direction, relative perfection in all manifestations, absolute perfection in no phase, relative in some, imperfect in others, and absolute perfection in no attitude, imperfection in all. God, Part 2. Evolving mortal creatures experience an irresistible urge to symbolize their finite concepts of God. Man's consciousness of moral duty and his spiritual idealism represent a value level, an experiential reality, which is difficult of symbolism. Cosmic consciousness implies the recognition of a first cause, the one and only uncaused reality. God, the Universal Father, functions on three deity personal levels of sub-infinite value and relative divinity expression. One is pre-personal, as in the ministry of the Father fragments, such as thought adjusters. Two, personal, as in the evolutionary experience of created and procreated beings. And three, superpersonal, as in the eventual existences of certain abstinent and associated beings. God is a word symbol designating all personalizations of deity. The term requires a different definition on each personal level of deity function and must be still further redefined within each of these levels, as this term may be used to designate the diverse coordinate and subordinate personalizations of deity. For example, the Paradise Creator Sons, the local Universe Fathers. The term God, as we make use of it, may be understood by designation as God the Father, by context as when used in the discussion of some deity level or association. When in doubt as to the exact interpretation of the word God, it should be advisable to refer to the person of the Universal Father. The term God always denotes personality. Deity may or may not refer to the divinity personalities. The word God is used in these papers with the following meanings: God the Father, who's the creator, controller, and upholder, the Universal Father, the first person of deity. God the Son, who is the coordinate creator, spirit controller, and spiritual administrator. The Eternal Son, the second person of deity. 3. God the Spirit, which is co-joint actor, universal integrator, and mind bestower. The Infinite Spirit, the third person of deity. God the Supreme, the actualizing or evolving God of time and space, personal deity associatively realizing the time-space experiential achievement of creature-creator identity. The Supreme Being is personally experiencing the achievement of deity unity as the evolving and experiential God of the evolutionary creatures of time and space. God the Sevenfold, deity personality anywhere, actually functioning in time and space. The personal paradise deities and their creative associations functioning in and beyond the borders of the central universe and power personalizing as the supreme being on the first creature level of unifying deity revelation in time and space. This level, the grand universe, is the sphere of the time-space dissension of paradise personalities in reciprocal association with the time-space ascension of evolutionary creatures. God the Ultimate is the eventuating God of supertime and transcended space, the second experiential level of unifying deity manifestation. God, the ultimate, implies the attained realization of the synthesized, abstinent, superpersonal, time-space, transcended, and eventuated experiential values, coordinated on final created levels of deity reality. And 7, God the Absolute is the experientializing God of transcended, superpersonal values and divinity meanings, now existence as the deity absolute. This is the third level of unifying deity expression and expansion. On this super creative level, deity experiences exhaustion of the personalizable potential, encounters completion of divinity, and undergoes depletion of capacity for self-realization to successive and progressive levels of other personalization. Deity now encounters, impinges upon, and experiences identity with the unqualified absolute. Right? You can see we've got a lot more there. I'm going to stop at this point because, as you can tell, There's a lot of information here and a lot of words, and you could tell as it is written from a different point of consciousness. It's written at a really high level, and so reading through it really requires, as you can tell, going through word by word really to understand, because there's a lot of meanings encapsulated in a short paragraph. So, a lot here. We're certainly not going to get to this whole book because it would take, at least a year going through this. There's so much information. So the best we're going to be able to do is a review from week to week, kind of introducing things. And in the meantime, the link's available so you can go and read through the book and read through it on your own. And if you have questions, you want to address particular things, let me know. We'll address particular sections of the book, but there's a lot here and a lot we're going to learn from, and I'm going to stick with this book for a while on Tuesdays and maybe a couple other days, but we're going to really delve into this because there's a lot here and we want to keep learning, right? Right. All right. Moving on from the book of Urantia to our message for today. This is a channeled message from the High Council of Orion. Here we go.
What do you mean?
All right, well, we're not going to hear that for the moment. It needs to take its commercial, and commercial break is over.
Energy of Wonderment, channeled Ascension message from the High Council of Orion.
May 3rd, 2014. Channeled by Holly Hawkins Marwood. Transcribed by Paul Marwood.
Greetings, dear ones. We are the High Council of Orion. Today's message is about the energy of wonderment. For it is a very expansive energy that you can bring into your field. It's an energy that allows you to live more into the fullness of yourself as an energetic being, as you reach for and find the moments of wonder in your life. How do you do this? How do you find wonder in your life? The energy of wonder is all around you, particularly in nature. If you spend time in nature, whenever you find yourself, and look at the colors, look at the leaves on the trees, look at what happens to the plants and the animals seasonally, delight in the bird sounds, take a moment to look at and enjoy the beauty of the clouds in the sky, whatever it might be. Connecting with nature and taking moments to really observe and be at one with nature, and see the miracles around you, and be in wonder and awe about how a tree could be completely dormant, and because the weather changes suddenly little buds come out on the leaves, and eventually flowers and maybe even fruit come out. That is a wondrous thing. There are many ways you can connect with wonder in your human interactions. When you see beautiful ways people treat each other, when you observe how you might really positively respond to a challenging situation, any of those aha moments can be wonder-filled as well, can they not? And this energy of wonder is one that if you saw it energetically, it expands your energy field out. It helps you transcend the boundaries of the third-dimensional experiences that you might be having, and as you remind yourself to connect with wonder every day and begin to look for it, you will find more and more occurrences, more and more experiences of being wonder-filled, connecting with wonderment. When you do, other energies such as joy, peace, and love can come sneaking their way in as well, which again are these expansive energies that allow you to embrace more fully and more completely the totality of who you are, not just in your physicality, but in your energetic field as well. These experiences help you live into that connection with the energy field around you that is constantly feeding your information, and this is your opportunity to remember those energetic elements of yourself that have always been there. Find the moments of wonder, of connection to small miracles, and experience the joy and the love and peace and the feeling of expansiveness and connectedness that you can embody on all levels, allowing the energetics of who you are to shine even more brightly. Be blessed. We are the High Council of Orion.
All right, very nice message for today. Let's see, I know that I had another story that was here. Somehow disappeared. Let me find it here. Here we go. Okay. Here's an article. It's over at In5D. Instant manifestation. Our divine right is returned. And isn't that what we're really learning and trying to figure out more and more about life, how to manifest what we want, by Crystal Alai. As we move onto future Earth, we will have an entirely different type of body. First of all, we will transform into a different chemical makeup. This will be our first pull into the future as our particles spin faster and faster through the angular rotation of particle spin that rearranges our biology, chemistry, and scenery. This change will happen instantly, not gradually. The biological transformation of the body that has been going on within our carbon-based structure will be changed into the crystal-based eternal life chemical and biological forms. Our consciousness will be transformed into a higher frequency that merges into the all-knowing source who creates a brand new ideal with each breath. Our pituitary gland will blossom and open our third eye to gain the spiritual vision of the mind of God. When the pituitary blossoms, the mind of God begins its continuous dream stream between what we desire to create and our dreams to blossom into full manifestation in any of the multidimensional reality fields. This new seventh level man will regain the ability to manifest visible reality through the invisible. As the earth shifts out of the time matrix that is being controlled by the fallen angelics, there will be new pathway of consciousness through source open that will once again become available to the human angelic who learns how to connect the frequency specific midbrain directly to continuously into the primal sound fields that activate source consciousness to create a brand new idea through every breath. The reason that our minds have not been able to function as the minds of God has been because of the Metatronic sonic fields manifesting in Earth's atmosphere as a result of the Jehovian seals placed in Earth's grid thousands of years ago. There were 7 locations on Earth that had these seals activated, causing hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, etc. Through the frequency work that many light workers who work with the round tables of our guardian races have done, the Metatronic sonic fields began to close. The fallen angelics have been controlling the minds of human angelic through Metatronics for thousands of years. Those who have learned to activate the fields of protection through the use of the frequency shields of universal, cosmic, and source consciousness have been free to activate their 12 DNA blueprint and become ready for their transition into the harmonic universe, too, inner earth and Tara, to become a visible experience of transformation. Once our consciousness complete transformation into the new time matrix, concepts such as immortality, agelessness, and instant manifestation will become the new subjects taught in our schools. Instant manifestation is the natural ability and expectation of all human angelics. We will be the creators of all that will exist in our new reality. It says water is the most important part of the manifestation next to the consciousness of frequencies. In the normal earth, water was and will be the giver of life. The stories about people soaking in magical healing ponds is true. There wasn't just one pond, there were millions, and the oceans were healing waters as well. Our chemical makeup is simply a densified version of the water. We are like ice cubes who will soon change into vapor. We can make the process happen simply by breathing love into the water that we drink, swim, or use in gardening. The healing waters were healing because they were ionized with the love frequency. The frequency was removed and lowered into stress and violence. It is now time of ionization. We can accelerate the process by listening to our Eternal Life albums, raising our consciousness into the love frequencies, and then breathing into your cup of water before you drink it. The water will give you back your love frequencies while healing your body. You can do the same when you swim. You can feel the oceans full of ionized love frequencies. This is the first step in the transformation of our bodies on the earth. This ionization is continuously done by dolphins and whales. Every time they breathe, they are exhaling the love frequency and ionizing the oceans. The problem is we live in a hologram where we see holograms of realities that just aren't real. We can now walk through the mirror into our parallel realities and create the world we want it to be. Okay, so again, it talks about very important things that we need to be able to do to transform our world. And one of the common things you should find from time to time is that these articles and all information talk about the same thing, this transitions we're going through, our manifestation process. Remember, Fire, water, air, earth. This tells itself in the tarot with the wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So we have these four elements. Fire is ideas, water is emotions, swords are words or actions, and earth is form. So we take ideas, we apply emotions to them, we express them as words or actions, and we create form. That's the process. There's one other fifth element which is in there, and that's spirit. For spirit is the thing that we draw down into everything. Spirit is manifest in the ideas, in the emotions, in the actions, and then finally in the form. And as we bring all of this into manifestation, as we get better in it, we get better at creating the things we want and avoiding the things we don't want. Because that's one of the tricks. When we can instantly manifest whatever we think about, could be a good thing, but if we're not in control of our thoughts, if our thoughts are thinking whatever random thoughts exist in the world and we're manifesting that, can you see how that could be a problem? So we need to get control of our thoughts so that we manifest what it is we choose to manifest and not just manifest everything that randomly pops inside our heads. And that's what we're learning to do. Better control of ourselves and our abilities to manifest. All right, and let's go to our meditation for today. Close things up. Take a deep breath and exhale. Take another deep breath and exhale again. Contemplate the words of this affirmation as you continue to breathe in and out. I am spiritually and physically abundant. I have a great life of fulfillment. Continue to breathe in and out. And again, I am spiritually and physically abundant. I have a great life of fulfillment. And just allow those words of abundance and fulfillment to vibrate through your mind, through your being, through your consciousness, so that you fully understand the abundance that is available to you now and forever. Always has been, always will be. I want you to imagine that in life, as we walk the path, that we have many energies bouncing around us on a daily basis. And as we take time to really understand all of the energies hitting us, as we really pay attention to everything, we realize that through the course of the day, we are hit by many words that are words that make no sense, words of advertising, words of fear, words of doubt. And we hear these over and over, and often are unaware of their effects. And as we learn to put up our protections against these various words that bounce around in a daily life, we understand and feel strengthened, because we are not allowing our subconscious to absorb that which we do not want. And as we continue to move through life with these protections around us, protecting ourselves from those things that we don't want to allow in, we also find ourselves strengthened. Because as we keep out those things as doubts and fears, we find that we grow in strength and courage and faith. And as we grow stronger, more faithful, we find that life and the path of life unfolds smoothly and easily before us. So let's just imagine ourselves walking along life, the path of life. And let us imagine as we walk along, everything moves smoothly and easily. That we move around whatever obstacles are in our way. That we deal with whatever persons we need to deal with. That all situations that come up of doubt are changed into situations of faith, and situations of fear are changed into situations of love. And let's just know that as we walk through the world today, we can make a difference just by putting out positive vibrations. And so we do. We walk through the world, consciously and unconsciously, sending positive vibrations to everyone on the planet. So let our subconscious mind continue doing that. Let's bring our conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to the present moment filled with faith. And 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale and open your eyes. And that's it, my friends. That's our show for today. Thank you very much for being here. Links are available at firstcontactradio.com. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace. I'm out of here.